Hello students, before we start with 1.2 practice set of this lesson sets, let us just revise what we understand by sets. So sets is, as you all know, it is some sort of a collection of something is called as a set, but that collection has to be well defined. Okay, so we will consider the following examples and then let us understand what is a set. All students in a class, month of a year, brave people, and collection of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. Now in all these four examples, if we see carefully, first example, all students in a class. So let's say example of 9th standard class, all students in that class. So we can very well say whether how many students are there, 50 students, 40 students. Months of year, that also we can say that there are 12 months in a year. We know very well what is the number. Then last example, if we see collection of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. So we know there are 4 numbers. Okay. But third example, if we see brave people, brave. Now this brave is a quality, and this quality brave, how we are going to define, we don't know. Okay. Now somebody may be brave in view of somebody, but may not be as brave, so there is a comparison. So when such kind of qualities come, the set cannot be well defined. Okay, so such collections we don't call it a set. Okay, so the definition of set is, so the first one is a set, second one is a set, third one is not a set, and the last one is a set. So the definition is, a well defined collection of objects is called a set. Now in this particular video, basically I have just revised the definition of set, and actually what we are going to learn is different types of sets here and 1.2 practice set. Types of sets. Now these types of sets are very easy. Just from the name itself you can make out what the definition of the set would be. Okay, now first is singleton set. Singleton, the word singleton itself means, single means one, right? So a set containing exactly one element is called as a singleton set. Okay, so set having exactly one element is a singleton set. So for example, this set A, here you can see there is only one element, 4. Okay, therefore it is called as a singleton set. Then next, number 2 is an empty set. Again the word empty, empty means there is no element. Okay, so suppose you have a particular set. Now we all know that this is the symbol for set actually, and these are the curly braces. Curly braces indicate it is a set, and if there is an element 0 in it, will that be a set? Will that be an empty set? No, it will not be an empty set, because in this case also there is one element into it, right? There is still one element into it, so it will not be an empty set because there is an element 0. So empty set means it has to be empty completely. There should be no element at all in it. Okay, and it is denoted by the curly braces, but the curly braces should be empty and there should be nothing in it, or there is a Greek alphabet, okay, which is used to denote an empty set. So definition of empty set, a set which does not contain any element at all. Okay, so set does not have any element at all is called as an empty set. So let's say example of an empty set, A is equal to x, curly braces, x such that x is an integer lying between 3 and 4. Now as you all know, okay, there is no integer lying between, let's say this is your number line, 3 and there is 4. So between 3 and 4 there is no integer, okay, at all. So this is an empty set. This is an example of empty set. But now only in place of integer, if they would have asked you that x is a real number, if x had to belong to the set of real numbers, then you know that between two numbers there are infinitely many real numbers. That means between 3 and 4 there are infinitely many numbers, real numbers. That means you can have 3.1, you can have 3.2, you can have 3.3, and like that infinitely many numbers you can have, right? But since they have said integers, means there are no fractions involved. Okay, there are no fractions involved here. So between 3 and 4 there are no integers. So the set of all x's such that it is an integer lying between 3 and 4. So there is no integer lying between 3 and 4. So this set is an empty set. So next example is finite set. The word itself, finite. Finite means limited, no? Somewhere the counting process terminates, somewhere it stops. So the counting process of elements of a set terminates, then such a set is called finite set. So let's just see the example of it. Example A, it is a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a finite set. And then the next one is an infinite set. Now it is just the opposite of finite set. So here counting process terminates, here counting process does not terminate. The process of counting of elements in an infinite set does not end. So for example, all the sets of numbers, like set of natural numbers, it is an infinite set. Set of integers, infinite set. Set of real numbers, it is an infinite set. So all those are the set of infinite set. So for example, n is a set of all natural numbers, where while showing the infinite set you show the first three numbers separated by commas and then show the dots. Dots meaning it is going infinitely, it is an infinite set. So far we have learned 4 types of sets: singleton set, empty set, finite set, and an infinite set. So let's move ahead to equal sets. Again, the word equal means same. Okay, so if the elements of two sets are exactly the same, okay, if the elements of two sets are exactly the same, then we call it an equal set. Then we call it equal set. Now here the order does not matter. Okay, the order in which the elements are written does not matter. Two sets containing exactly the same elements are said to be equal sets. Two sets containing exactly the same elements are said to be equal sets. For example, A is equal to X such that X is a letter of word eat. Okay, so what will it be? Letter of eat means E-A-T. Okay, now this is given in the rule method form and this is written in the listing method form. Okay, same example. Now you see the other one. B is equal to X such that X is a letter of word T. So what are the letters going to be? B is equal to T, E, A. So if you go to see here, the order may be different, okay, but elements are exactly the same. So the two sets A and B are going to be the equal sets. Here the elements of set A and B are same, therefore A is equal to B. Okay, they were the equal sets. Now we will start with the practice set 1.2. First example, decide which of the following are equal sets and which are not, and justify. Justify means you have to give the reason for whatever your answer is. Now here 3 sets are given. A is equal to X such that 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, this is the first one. Then the second one, B is equal to X such that X is natural number but X is neither prime nor composite. and c is equal to x such that x belongs to the set of natural numbers and x is less than 2. Okay, now let us just try to write all of them. We have to basically find here whether they are equal sets. So you will know whether they are equal sets or no only when you find them in the listing form. So what will be the elements of A? Let us see if we try to find out its listing form or list the elements of it. It is x such that 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. So let us try to solve this equation and see. 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. Now this 1 is minus. As we solve the equation, you all know 1 will go that side of the equation and it will become plus. So it will become 2 plus 1. So that's 3x is equal to 3. And therefore I will get x is equal to 3 divided by 3. And hence x is equal to 1. Okay, so after solving this equation I got the value 1. So here by listing method, if I solve, I get the element 1. Okay, so here I get the element 1 for A. I get the element 1 for A after solving. Now let us check what is B. B is equal to x such that x is a natural number but x is neither prime nor composite. So as we all know, there is only one number which is neither prime nor composite, and that is 1. I hope you all know what is the meaning of prime and what is the number of what is the meaning of composite. This prime means it will have divisors 1 and that number itself, like 5. Okay, there will be divisor 1 and 5. Okay, there will be no other divisor. 1, 7, 3, 2. Okay, these are all prime numbers. And composite means they will have divisors apart from 1 and that number. Like for example 4. Okay, it will be divisible by 2. Okay, like that. But 1 is such number which is neither prime nor composite. Now let us find what is C. Okay, C is equal to x such that x belongs to the set of natural number and x is less than 2. So basically here we have to find those natural numbers which are less than 2. Now as we know, set of natural numbers, it starts from 1. 1, 2, 3 and then it is infinite. It goes on infinitely. It starts from 1 and it goes on infinitely. Now we want those natural numbers which are less than 2, and that is the only one, which is this, right? Less than 2. Natural number which is less than 2 is this one, right? So here now I will get next C will be 1. Now looking at all the three sets, set A, B and C, what can you say? Are they equal? Yes, of course, very much. All three of them are having exactly the same elements 1, 1, 1, and hence the three sets A, B and C are equal sets. Okay, so same thing we will see now in the solution again. A, so if we do the rough work of it and we get the value for x 1, right? So we get 1 there, and then for B also we get 1, and then for C also we get 1. Okay, so elements of all these three here, elements of all the three sets A, B and C are exactly the same, and hence A is equal to B is equal to C. Okay, now second sum. Decide whether set A and set B are equal sets and give reason for your answer. A is equal to even prime numbers. Okay, now let us just see and b is equal to x such that 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. Now even prime numbers, I told you what are prime numbers. Now 1 we saw 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay, 1 is neither prime nor composite, just now in the previous sum we saw. Then we start from 2 is a prime number, then 3, then 5, then 7, all the then whatever even numbers are there, 7, then 9 of course is not, because 9 is divisible by 3, then comes 11, and then it goes on, because prime numbers are infinite, as we know, right? Prime numbers are infinite. Now if you note, you will see that 2 is the only even prime number, because rest all the even numbers, 4, 6, even numbers means those numbers which are divisible by 2. Okay, even numbers means those numbers which can be divided by 2. So obviously they're divided by 2, no? So how can they be prime, right? Those numbers are they can be divided by 2, so they cannot be prime, right? They are composite numbers. So 2 is the only number which is even and it is prime. Even means it is divisible by 2, and it is prime also because it is divisible by itself and 1. Okay, so we get set A having one element, that is 2. Okay, then we come to set B. Let's see what are the elements set B is having. There is an equation given, 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. Therefore 7x is equal to, 1 will go that side, it will become plus 13 plus 1. So therefore 7x is equal to 14, and therefore x is equal to 14 divided by 7. Now this 7 is multiplied with x, it will go that side, it will become division, right? Divided, no? So that becomes 14 divided by 7. So therefore we get x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. 7 2s are 14, right? So here the value for set B also we got 2. Okay, so element of set A I got 2, and set B also I got 2. So from here we can very well see that both the sets A and B are of course equal sets. Okay, so here they have asked you give reason for your answer. So reason would be you will solve, okay, solve the equation, and you will find out what are the elements, and then of course that is only the reason, that elements of both these sets are exactly the same, and that's why both the sets are equal. So A is equal to even prime numbers, and even prime number is only one, and that is 2, and B is equal to x such that 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. Now here you can do here at the side rough work and show in the exam. So that's 2. Now here elements of A and B are exactly the same, and therefore the two sets are definitely equal sets. Okay. Now next we move to the third sum. Which of the following are empty sets and why? So let's see that. A is equal to set of all A's such that A is a natural number smaller than 0. Now just tell me, just now I told you that set of natural numbers, it is a set that starts from 1, 2, 3, and then it goes on, right? So 0 is not included in the set of natural numbers. 0 is included in the next set, that is the set of whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers will include all the natural numbers as well as 0. So obviously this set, you want all the a is a natural number and that has to be smaller than 0. No, obviously not possible, no. So this is definitely an empty set, because natural number smaller than 0 is not possible. Okay, so it's an empty set. Set A is an empty set and it does not have any element. Okay, and why it does not have any element? Because natural number starts from 1. Okay, so natural number smaller than 0 is not possible. Now next, b is equal to x such that x square is equal to 0. Now just solve the equation. Whenever there is an equation in the set given, you have to solve that equation. Now x square is equal to 0. Therefore x is what? Taking square root on both sides, right? So taking square root on both sides, square root of 0 is 0, so x is also 0. Okay, so that means there is an element, right, in this set. What is the element of this set B? 0, right? This set B is having one element 0. Now some of them may get confused. Okay, this is 0, so is it going to be an empty set? No, 0 means there is one element in it, right? So there is an element in the set, so it is definitely not an empty set. Okay, so it is not an empty set. So we'll see. B is equal to 0 we got. So set B is not an empty set as it contains one element, right? Next, C is equal to x such that 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. X belongs to the set of natural numbers. So let's see, 5x, try to solve this. 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now that 2, therefore 2 will go that side. It will become 5x is equal to minus 2 is there. It will go that side. It will become plus 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2 upon 5. Okay. Now this set, now some of them may wonder that this cannot be an empty set, right? C will have one element. C will have one element 2 upon 5. So this cannot be an empty set. Some of them may think like this, right? But there is little catch here, and that catch is this. You have to look at this also, that x, value of x belongs to the set of natural numbers, and this is a fraction, and fractions do not belong to the set of natural numbers. Just now I showed you, right? Natural numbers start from 0 and it has all the integers. Integers means there are no fractions in the natural numbers. So 2 upon 5 cannot belong to the set C, right? It does not belong to the set C because set C has all the natural numbers, and that solution that we got just now is not natural. So it cannot belong to this set, and hence this set is an empty set. Okay, so 2 upon 5 is a fraction, and hence it does not belong to the set of natural numbers, and therefore it is an empty set. Okay, so set C is an empty set, and it does not have any, as it does not have any element. Write with reasons which of the following sets are finite or infinite. This is also very easy. Finite means it terminates, and infinite means it does not terminate. Now x a is equal to set of all the x's such that x is less than 10 and it belongs to the natural numbers. So just try to find out what will the elements of A be, whether they are finite or they are not finite. Now in this case, what will be the elements of A? Let us just see. Elements of A would be, of course they are supposed to be natural, and all the natural numbers less than 10. They should be less than 10. So we will have all the numbers 1, 2, 3 going up to 9, because they should be strictly less than 10. So this is the set A, and it is very much finite, right? The counting process ends here at 9. It does not go infinitely. So definitely A is an infinite set. A is a finite set. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and therefore it is a finite set. Elements of this set are countable, and therefore set A is a finite set. Now next B. Okay, now look at set B. It is set of all the y's such that y is less than minus 1 and y belongs to the set of integers. Now let us see what will be the elements of this. Now set of integers is what? Set of integers is, there is 0 in the middle, there are all the positive numbers this side going infinitely, and there are all the negative numbers this side, and they are also going infinitely on this side, right? But integers means there should be no fractions. That's the only thing. There are positive numbers, there are negative numbers, and there is a 0 in the middle, but there are no fractions in the set of integers. That is what you have to understand. Now y is that element which has to be less than minus 1. So all the elements, now B will have all those elements. Set of B will have all those elements which are less than minus 1. Now less than minus 1 means from here all the elements that are less than minus 1 means all the elements from here, that is minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So it is going on infinitely, right, on this side. So this set is going to be definitely an infinite set. It will have elements minus 2, minus 3, and so on. It will go infinitely. Okay, so definitely that's an infinite set. Okay, so set B should be an infinite set. It has elements minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, it goes on, right? So set B is an infinite set as we cannot count its elements. Now next, number 3, C is equal to set of all students of standard 9 in your school. Of course that is countable very much, so that is a finite set. Set C is a finite set as we can count the number of students of standard 9. Now the next one, set of people living in a village. This also is definitely countable and it is going to be a finite set. It is a finite set as we can count the number of people living in a village. Set of all apparatus used in a laboratory. Of course that also is a finite set. It is a finite set as we can count the number of apparatus used in the laboratory. Instead of whole numbers. Now as I told you, after natural numbers, After natural numbers, the set that starts is set of whole numbers and it is denoted by W. Only difference is 0 is included in the whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 goes on infinitely. So set of whole numbers is definitely an infinite set. It is an infinite set as we cannot count the number of its elements. Set of rational numbers. Again, this also is an infinite set. And what do you understand by rational? Rational. After integers, we just now saw what is a set of integers, right? After integers, the next set that we have is set of rational numbers. Okay, and this set of rational numbers, let me denote it by R, but generally it is not denoted by R. Real numbers is denoted by R. So rational will include all the sets. It will include natural numbers, it will include whole numbers, it will include integers, and integers. After integers, now integers do not include fractions, so we need a bigger set that should include the fractions also. So this will have fractions as well as the previous three sets, that is natural, whole, integer, as well as fractions. Okay, so this is a set of rational number. It will include natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, as well as fractions. So very much this set of rational numbers is going to be an infinite set. It is an infinite set as we cannot count its elements. Okay, that's it.